My name is Kevin Caputo. I'm the founder of a boutique Salesforce consulting company called Evolving Sales that I started in 2006. I've helped companies deploy powerful yet easy to use Salesforce applications. Last year I developed a lightning template called ES Sales Applications. Customers' feedback to this template has been very positive as they've found that their sales reps are now able to log and track their activities. The key message I am getting from this sales rep is that it's a lot more intuitive and easier to use than out-of-the-box Salesforce. In this video, I will walk you through some of the key features of the template. Starting at the home page, which I've customized for the sales reps. And by the way, each home page can be customized for different roles in the company. So in this particular home page, I'm set it up for the sales rep, and here I can see my open opportunities, and then I can see opportunities where I'm not the owner of the opportunity, but I'm a team member. And then I can see here my overdue open tasks, and I can also see my open tasks that are due in the next 7 days, and I can also see my upcoming events. On the right hand side over here, I have also included the account news for the accounts that I'm the owner of. Now if I take an opportunity, let me just take this particular opportunity right here. You can see that I'm not the owner of the opportunity, Mita is. But in here what I've done is I've set up for each of the different stages. I'm using the guidance for success feature, and I'm then identified what are the key fields that they need to fill in and messaging around what they need to do at that particular stage. As you can see in each of the stages, there's different fields that they need to fill out, plus a guidance for success messaging. Then below that is the details section, which is all of the fields in the opportunity that you would normally see in Salesforce. And then the activity section is a section that the sales reps can generate different types of activities. So for example, if they want to create a next step on what do they need to do to move this opportunity from to the next stage, they can come over here. They can say, I need to set up a meeting to discuss pricing. I can specify that I want to get it done by today, and I can save it. And as you can see, the user only needs to enter the key fields, which it makes it easier for the sales rep to do without having to worry about populating the other activities fields, which are automatically done for them. There's different types of activities. There's the next step, as I mentioned. There's sales updates. There's FAE updates, trip reports, log calling, new events, and emails, which they can do. The activity history section is basically a way to show the activities in a more easy and organized format. So I can see over here are my next steps that are still open, and below that I can see the next steps that are completed. And then under updates, I can see all the different types of updates I have that the sales reps have put in, and then product line managers and field application engineers and trip reports. And the same thing with recalls. I can come over here, I can take a quick glance of all the phone calls that have been made, and also I can see emails. So it's a really quick way to glance through what's going on in the account that's associated with this opportunity. Now the next tab over is account cases. So I'm using this to allow the sales rep to see what's going on in the account if the customer's been calling the service department, and I can see which ones, if there's any open cases, any closed cases, I can go into it and look at the details. It's great for when you're trying to prepare for a sales call and you want to find out what's going on before you go in to see the customer. I also have included chatter in here to chatter messages to other people in the company, and if I go to the news item tab, I'm basically seeing all the news items for the company AT&T. On the right-hand side of the opportunity page, I've included warnings. It's different types of symbols, yield symbols and stop symbols. And these are basically used to visualize for the sales reps to see if there's anything that they need to worry about. So in this particular case, I'm warning them that the close date for this opportunity is closing within the next 7 days, and basically asking them either to, that's fine, or they might need to push it out if they don't think it's going to close. I'll give you an example. In this example right here, for this opportunity, the close date is less than today, and so I'm basically telling the sales rep that they need to change the close date on this opportunity. After the warning sections, and by the way, if there is no warnings, then it'll be just completely blank and they won't see that section at all. They'll just see this section, which is the next section, which I basically providing an opportunity for the sales reps to look at all the contacts for AT&T, and they can come over here and click on View All and to see all of the contacts. And the reason I did this was just so that the sales reps are able to not having to jump out of the opportunity. Within the opportunity, they can find out if they're the contacts they're looking for. And then the rest of this is just the standard related list that you would get in a Salesforce record. And down at the very bottom here, you can see that I'm the team member on this opportunity. Now, basically, I'm using the same format for all the other objects, for example, the accounts, contacts, leads, which basically makes it more intuitive for the user to use. And having consistent format also makes it easier for to train the salespeople on how to use Salesforce. So let's look at some of the other fields or objects. So if I want to look at the account record, I come over here, and as you can see, I have the details, activity, and activity history. And if I click over here, I can do an update on this account. This is great for account managers and VPs of sales that might not be working on opportunities, but they're working the account and they're doing account management type activities. Same thing applies if I go to, it's the same with the activity history. They can track their calls, they can see their events. And then if I go over to a contact record, you can see a same format, details, activities, activity history. The other neat feature I have put in on the contact records is if they want to see the phone numbers, if this, for example, let's say they're on the activity and they want to see the phone numbers or email address, they can come over here, click on that little arrow, and they can see all the phone numbers without having to go to going to the contact record. I think that's about it. The other thing that's included in the template is a dashboard, which I'll just show you, but right here. So that's included. I'll go through that in a separate video. So one last thought before I stop this video is that I just wanted to point out that everything that I've showed you has been developed using the Salesforce declarative tools, which basically means that your Salesforce administrators should be able to easily customize this template without having any type of programming skills like Apex or Visual Flow. I hope this helps, and if this is useful to you, please feel free to contact me. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it.